yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, dude. Let's get out. Oh. Howdy, folks. Been a while, I know. Chris and I have been pretty busy with hiking and schoolwork and him moving and all kinds of other fun stuff. But yeah, hike hunt challenge ended today. I wrapped up my last minute miles I needed to get to my goal and hit my $1,000 fundraiser goal that I wanted to get. So huge shout out to my father-in-law for that one because he really hooked it up to make sure I hit that mark. Today, well, the rest of today, other than homework, because I got homework to do, start getting ready for Oregon. You know, we've been talking about it. Chris and I are going to Oregon in September for archery elk, and going to do a backcountry hunt. So plan is to live out of our packs as much as we can for the 2 weeks that we're out there. It'll end up being like 8 days of actual hunting, plus our travel time. I got, obviously fly out there, and then we're driving to where we're going, and then drive back and fly back. So it'll end up being about 8-9 days actually out in the woods. So what we're gonna do today, my lovely wife is gonna help. Well, she's gonna do most of the work, to be honest. I'm just gonna watch and learn. We're gonna do some dehydrated meals. So instead of spending a bunch of money on dehydrated meals that probably really aren't all that great in the first place and not all that healthy for you in the first place, we're gonna do it ourselves. Thankfully, my wife is super awesome at knowing how to do this stuff, and we're gonna do it. So I'll show you what we got started here. So honestly, I'm not sure what she's gonna make me yet, but looks like some yummy stuff. Got a whole bunch of stuff laid out. Got the dehydrator over there ready to go, and start getting busy on these meals. So this will be way better than the alternative, and it's better than spending $12 a meal, $24 a day if you do 2 meals a day. So here we go. What are we doing today, Lily? Are we making food? Is Mom making meals for me to take to Oregon? Are you going to supervise? Alright. You're making a big record over there. What are you doing, wife?
Cutting celery.
Cutting celery. What are we going to make?
Spaghetti. First we have to make sauce. And then we're going to do a chicken and stuffing. And we're doing jambalaya and chili and biscuits and gravy and an egg scramble and something else that I forgot, but it's on my list.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
My amazing wife. Check her out, Sparkles and Spray Paint, right about there. We got in here sauce, making spaghetti sauce, and then of course why wouldn't you put in some ground venison into the meals. Got probably about 5 pounds of ground venison there. What do you got going on there?
It's gonna be chicken and gravy with mixed vegetables and stuffing. Or that smells like Thanksgiving.
Looks like Thanksgiving. You just dehydrate that?
Yeah.
Cool.
It already has gravy mixed on it, so that when it gets rehydrated, the gravy mix will turn into gravy in the jet oil. So,
Cool.
just dehydrate it all together because you're massive and require a lot of food.
I do.
1 serving for you is probably the same as 2 servings for normal people. So,
Dehydrator's gotten a lot of good use over the years.
it's a good dehydrator. I don't know how people do it with those itty bitty ones.
I don't know either.
But again,
What do you think, Keely?
you eat a lot of stuff.
Keely, you're ridiculous.
So does Keel.
Keely's like, I have 2 servings.
Keely thinks that this is her food.
It's not
She
your
thinks
food. It's not dog slop. Now what you got going on?
Making bacon.
Bacon. Who doesn't like a giant cast iron pan of bacon? Besides you. Because you're defective.
This is called love.
Thanks, son.
Terrible.
Making progress. We've got some hash browns with the peppers and onions and bacon. Some biscuits. What are you going to do with the biscuits?
Biscuits and gravy.
How are you going to dehydrate that?
Same way I'm dehydrating everything else.
Wow.
Stop, move out of the way.
Got some eggs burning over here.
Yep.
The ground venison. Still working on the tomato sauce.
Everything's done except for the venison.
Yes, all the spaghetti.
Jambalaya is done.
Cool.
Okay.
Jambalaya is done.
It's cooking in the dehydrator. So not done. And you have so many dishes to do.
Am I usually? The labor of love.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. How are we making out, lady?
It's making
What you got there?
a sketty.
Hey.
A sketty.
Cool.
Nom nom.
And then here, making essentially croutons out of cut up biscuits. Got some breakfast in there.
There's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
And more spaghetti.
That's not breakfast.
And jambalaya. More jambalaya.
Ooh,
Eggs and a
breakfast.
hash brown. And bacon. More, and then
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Pretty cool. All right, day 2 of the dehydrated backpacking meal adventure. Not that I've really done much. I am just a documenter and then the eater and tester of said product. That hasn't been experimented on yet, so we'll see how that goes. However, we have made progress. Got a tray of breakfast, a tray of not breakfast, and a bag of not breakfast, and more in the oven because we had an issue with the dehydrator. It appears that the motor may have burnt out. I've had that thing for quite some time, but I'm gonna see if I can't find a new motor to put in there and get her up and running again. In the meantime, using the oven. That's spaghetti, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, it's working out pretty good, making progress. And we've got the Milo bags coming in the mail. Milo bags are essentially the same thing that you like Mountain House and all those other ones come in, essentially the same thing. And then we'll get these all packaged up, and I'll have to experiment with them, or be experimented on, I should say. I think my wife might be trying to plot my demise. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, we got the 3 batches here dehydrated, and we're going to divvy out the servings. So kind of, for this you had to figure out, so my wife weighed the food after she cooked it before she dehydrated it. So now that it's dehydrated, you weigh it, and then you do the difference is the amount of water that you need to add to it to rehydrate it for the meal. So now we're dividing into serving size. We're doing the spaghetti right now. Should have about enough for 8 meals. So I got, you can see here, these are those Mylar bags. So they're a heavier duty bag that you can then pour the hot water in, just like you would with any of those backpacking meals. And it's even got, you can see right here, it's got a little notch, just like for tearing open. And then I'll use my vacuum sealer on the, I'll use the vacuum sealer on the heat setting to seal the bag. And then they'll label it and put the oxygen little packets in it as well before I seal it. So yeah, this serving size in the bag looks like it should be a pretty good amount of food. And we'll do this for the rest of them. Got plenty to go.
Okay, go.
All right. Doing the first, seal the bags. Just using the vacuum sealer to do the little heat piece here. And I'll get the oxygen tab in there. And so, got 7 servings of the Thanksgiving dinner, we're calling this. And breakfast and some spaghetti. So I'm just going to push some of the air out. I'm not vacuum sealing it. It doesn't need to be vacuum sealed from what it says. I'll just use the sealer. Pretty simple. Not bad for about half of the work. So we've got 8 bags of the chicken stuffing, 6 bags of the scrambled eggs and hash browns and bacon, and then 7 bags of the
Venison spaghetti.
venison spaghetti. So, and we spent $100 on everything, and this is only half of it. There's still chili, there's still jambalaya, and then biscuits and gravy, and probably some curry as well. And we've so got a pretty good haul there for that. Pretty simple, like I said. You got the Milo bags, and it's no different than the bags of any of the backpacking meals that you would buy at the store. No different than any of the backpacking meals that you would buy at the store. And you don't have to vacuum seal them, just put the oxygen packets in it, and then I use the vacuum sealer to heat the thing. It even comes with those nice little pieces there I said for ripping them off. And we're going to do, I'm always going to get some address labels, like the big labels for the printer, and we can stick it right on there. It has the name of what it is and then the directions for how to rehydrate it. Pretty simple. So tomorrow we'll work on some more of it, and then probably by the weekend have a pretty good haul here. And then I'm going to have to be the test dummy to rehydrate one of these things up. I'll get my jet boil out and eat dinner at the dinner table with my jet boil, I guess. Alright folks, well, we've been spending the last week working on this dehydrated backpacking meal project. We actually have the last batch of chili cooling in the oven, so that should be done. We'll start doing that today. We've been sealing it up, but got a whole bag of dehydrated chili here. Add to it with that and get it bagged up. And we got all the stuff that we showed you before on the table here. But I'm hungry, it's lunchtime, so I guess I better test out one of these meals. So this is going to be one of the chicken stuffing meals. So we'll see how this goes. We calculated 7 ounces of water is what was needed to rehydrate this. So we'll see. Seems like it might be a little bit not quite enough water. However, looking at like a Mountain House packet, which is a little bit more food than what's in this, and they only call it for 10 ounces, so seems like it should be all right. 7 ounces of water is not going to take very long to heat up. The nice thing is with these Mylar bags, you know, we heat seal them as you saw, but it's got the little notches here. Open right up. Whoa! Not for you. Really. And you can't have the oxygen packet either. Looks like Thanksgiving in a bag. Probably don't need the sumo cup for this, but actually this might be I have the mini sumo. I may just take that one instead. I use this a lot for I have the French press set up. for the Sumo, which is super nice for making coffee. But I'm going to do instant coffee for this. So I won't need the French press setup. So I may just take the smaller one, a little less weight. The smaller one, the mini Sumo. Smaller? You're smaller.
The smaller one. No. Ah!
Just like that. Boiling water. Pour it in the bag. Sit for a second. I don't know. The person who made this recipe didn't tell me how long I had to let it sit.
15 minutes.
15 minutes? I'm hungry.
Maybe 10. Check it after 5.
But, so I can already tell you that was probably more than enough water. Just by feeling it. Nice and hot. And the nice thing is like as if this was a Ziploc bag or a vacuum seal bag, pouring the boiling hot jet boil water in there like that probably wouldn't be the best. But in this case, I think we're all right. All right, so we got it mixed up pretty good. Still a little bit of moisture in there, and the chicken seems like it might be a little bit still needs some rehydrating. Probably what I didn't do is when I put the water in, I probably didn't stir the water in enough, and then I set the bag like this. And what I probably should have done is folded it over and laid it on its side so the food can spread out a little bit. So good lesson learned there. But we're going to try it without hot sauce, as a matter of fact. All right. Be ready to call poison control, just in case, kid. Pretty good. That's pretty good. So green beans, they rehydrated nicely. And carrots, oh, they rehydrated. And there's some corn. Corn. That all appears to rehydrate. Stuffing definitely rehydrated just fine. But yeah, the chicken's still, it's chewable, but it's still a little hard. Still good. There's some onion in here too. And yeah, I think this is going to be good. I call this a success. I feel like I'm on a mountain already.